What's up, Niner Faithful? Johnny Dale back one more time with another episode of 49ers Playbook. We're going to continue our look back at the week's win against Pittsburgh. There was a lot of good things in the passing game, and like I said in my previous video, that I thought this was one of the best games I've ever seen from Jimmy Garoppolo. And so we're going to continue looking at the passing game and how he did in this game. So let's just keep moving right along here. We'll jump into the very first play. This is a play, if you remember my last video again, I was talking about how Pittsburgh did a really good job of hiding their blitzes and their coverages. Here they're going to show a cover 3 look before the snap. And what they're going to do is they're actually going to come on a blitz into a fire zone. I talked about fire zone in the last one. What fire zone is, let me move this one a little bit. Fire zone is 3 deep, 3 underneath. It's a zone blitz, and what they're going to do is they're going to bring all 5 of these guys. They're going to bring a rusher off the edge and then just drop into a 3 underneath, 3 deep. So these players drop out. What we're going to do on this play is we're going to send Kittle out, and he's going to run a deep in here, and we're going to take Breida and move him and put him into the flat. What's going to happen is because they hide this blitz so well, they're going to end up getting a free rusher off the edge, but Jimmy Garoppolo sees it, and he's going to see the throw he needs to make before the rusher can get there. So here at the snap, we're going to see they bring the 2 off the edge. They do a good job of disguising this. Again, because they disguised the blitz, we didn't have our line shifting to that side. So here's the 3 underneath, 3 over the top. And as Jimmy Garoppolo is dropping back, he's seeing a free rusher at him. George Kittle's route ends up occupying the hook curl defender on this side, or I guess it would be curl hook defender, and the deep third defender, leaving Breida wide open. Again, he's got to see this quickly. They often talk about on the broadcast and things you'll hear about quarterbacks throwing into the blitz. He recognizes this, sees that this is the side that the blitz is coming off of, and immediately looks for his hot route. That's really good. I will tell you, Mason Rudolph was horrible at that in this game. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback yet. I'm just saying he's a guy who is in his second year, and he couldn't do these sorts of things. And so here, Jimmy sees it. He just flicks it out there. He does get leveled, but he's able to complete it to Breida, who is then able to take it for 15 yards. Again, these are special type of plays that Jimmy Garoppolo can make that show how good of a quarterback he is, that he can just see it, get the ball out, get it in stride to Breida, and pick up a nice gain. We'll move right along. We'll play the next one here, and I'll show you how this play happened. This was a good pickup we had to George Kittle. So let's talk about this play a little bit. So here, again, we saw just in the previous play that Pittsburgh came out with a fire zone blitz. Here, they're going to drop into coverage, and they're just going to give us a cover 2 zone. Cover 2 zone, you're going to have 2 deep, 5 underneath defenders. So let's mark these guys out a little bit. You're going to have here, this defender is going to drop back. Again, they're going to try and show blitz, but they're not actually going to come on a blitz. They're trying to bait into a throw here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to have a post here from Kendrick Bourne. He's right here, I believe. And then we're going to have George Kittle on an in route. And then these other 2 guys, where they run up and over here, so they're not really involved in the play. I'm not going to discuss theirs because it doesn't have any bearing on the read, really. What Jimmy's going to do here is, again, remember earlier in my previous video, I showed how Pittsburgh showed a 2 safety look and then rotated into a single safety man coverage. They're trying, again, to confuse him. They're giving him multiple defenses out of the same look. So let's see how Jimmy does on this one. So here at the snap, you're going to see they back out into coverage. They're only rushing 4. Jimmy's going to drop back. He sees the safeties are staying wide, and therefore he knows with a post and an in, what we call a pin, that he's going to read the middle defender. If this middle defender carries the post, he's going to cover the in. If he carries the in, he's going to throw the post between the safeties. Excuse me, I said that was Kendrick Bourne. I meant Marquis Goodwin. Excuse me for that. So here, as Jimmy drops back, he sees the middle defender takes on the post route, so therefore he's going to throw the in. Again, we call this the pin concept, post plus in. So here, watch how Jimmy sees this so quickly. He sees the middle of the field is open, and he's going to throw it to Kittle. Now, the safety does make a good jump on this ball, but it's still a completion because we got a man playing tight end. So let's watch this in real time and see how quickly he identifies that the safeties stay wide. The middle defender takes the post route, and he's going to throw the in. There you go. There's an easy completion, 11 yards, and we're rolling. So here's another play. Again, wanted to show this play right after because they're going to give us a similar look. They're going to come out and they're going to have a two deep safety look. This time we go with an empty backfield, and what Jimmy's going to see is by the alignment that they're in man coverage this time. So they're just going to be manned up across the board. So we have it here, 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 and here. And what we're going to run is we're going to put this receiver, this is Kendrick Bourne, he's going to be on a post route. Let's get him red. And we're going to do on with here, this is Dante Pettis. He's going to run a slant. Sorry, that's a bad slant. But then we're going to run, I believe this is Richie James Jr. He's going to run kind of an out and up. Again, he's running interference for these other guys. And we're going to run an in route over here. And then on this route, we're going to run an in route. Seeing that it's cover 2 man, what Jimmy's going to do is he drops back. He's going to look for Bourne to get inside leverage, and then the middle of the field will be wide open. So, let's watch this play here. Bourne does a good job off the snap, working for inside leverage. As Jimmy drops back, he sees the safety stay wide. They're in man coverage, so there he knows the middle of the field is open, and at that point, he's just got to make an accurate throw. And he delivers a ball. He doesn't get phased at all by the pocket collapsing around him. He just makes a great, accurate throw in stride to let his player get some yards after the catch. That's a good job. It's great work by Jimmy Garoppolo. Just seeing the coverage, not getting fooled at all. Knows where he's going to go with the ball, puts it right in stride. So there we go. So here on the next play, what we're going to do is we're again going to look at the Pittsburgh is trying to show different coverages here, so they're going to show a single safety look. They're muddling up the line of scrimmage, trying to not show whether they're in man or zone. They're trying to hide that, is what I'm trying to say. And they're just going to come out in a standard cover 3. And what we're going to do is we're going to run what's called a double post concept. The double post concept is pretty much what it sounds like. It's a double post. You have 2 posts. What this is a horizontal stretch of the free safety. So what we'll do first is we'll run play action, so get a run fake to force these linebackers to come up again to try and create space in this intermediate zone so that it's a true horizontal stretch of just the free safety. So when Jimmy Garoppolo comes out of his drop, he's going to turn around and he's going to see he's going to read the free safety. If he takes the first post, it's kind of like a double in. If he takes the first post, he throws it to the second. If he takes the second post, he throws it to the first. So let's see Jimmy Garoppolo on this play. Here you see the play action, pulls up all these underneath defenders. They completely bite. Jimmy's really good at play action, by the way. And so when he turns around right here, notice how he turns around. He holds his head in the middle of the field. He's looking at the free safety. He's not just turning around to get his bearings. So notice how he's not just whipping his head around. He's turning and he's identifying the free safety. He holds it there for a second, sees that the free safety is turning his hips, and then he's going to look and just watch for his second in route to break in. And he's in wind up as Deebo Samuel is coming into his break, throws a perfect ball. And what I love here is that he throws it a little flat, because if we watch it, when you watch this in real time, we'll be able to see that Samuel ends up coming across the field a little bit more flat and sits down. That's on purpose by Jimmy Garoppolo. He's holding him up and not leading him into the safety or too far into the field into the inside defender. He's protecting his receiver. So this is a really good throw that allows him to catch the ball cleanly and make any yards after catch. So let's watch this in real time, and you'll see how Jimmy Garoppolo places this ball really well in between all 3 defenders so that he protects his receiver. Look at him. He has to throttle down just a little bit, and he's protected. Another great play by Jimmy Garoppolo. So we'll continue moving on. I'll show this play in real time so you will see. This is one of those plays that seems so, I guess, normal or just routine that we can sometimes overlook all that goes into a play like this. So let's talk about this play here. What Pittsburgh's trying to do is show with all these guys up on the line. Remember, this is their safety. He's up on the line over the tight end. Remember my first video and the video or earlier in this video with Brita, that they gave this look and brought pressure off the edge. They're again trying to make sell that these are the same coverages with different looks. Or I'm trying to say the same look, different coverage is what I'm saying. So they're going to show this fire zone coverage, but they're just going to drop into a cover 3. They're not going to come with any extra blitzers. It's going to be 4 rushers, 7 dropping, 4 underneath, 3 over the top. What we're going to do is we're just going to run a double stick concept. Double stick is just 2 stick concepts on each side of the field. What the stick concept is, you've heard me talk about this in other videos, and I talked about the stick concept and the game-winning touchdown. This is a similar play, but notice how we're running these same plays out of multiple personnel groups and formations. That's what allows you to keep running the same concepts without defenses cluing into what you're doing, because you can do it with multiple people, different people in the game and different formations, and so they can't clue in on it. So here, because it's being the same concept on each side, Bill Walsh used to call these PAS reads, or pick a side reads, where Jimmy Garoppolo is just going to pick a side of the field and read that one. The stick concept, again, is going to be a quick out on the outside and then an option route from the inside defender. If he sees zone, he's going to sit down. If he sees man, he's going to continue on to the flat. Kittle, you watch him on this play, he's going to actually sit down in the zone. So let's watch this play, see what happens. It's just a straight drop back. Again, they're going to try and show pressure. This guy acts like he's coming, and then he drops. And on this side, we see TJ Watt is dropping into coverage. And as Jimmy drops back, he sees that there's only 4 rushers, so he's not going to panic. And he's simply going to know that this corner is going to bail. He sees that this curl flat defender is in no position to play the outside route, and so it's just going to be an easy pitch and catch. But there's a lot that went into it. As he turns, see, he's turning to pick a side. He turns, he sees that the curl flat defender is occupied by the inside stick route, and that gives a big opening here for Deebo Samuel. So he's just going to make an easy pitch and catch. So over here you can see that Kittle's actually sitting down and in his zone read. There's a stick concept, and he does a good job of getting it in his receiver's hands and not leading him too far to the sideline so that he can get the ball and make a play with it in his hands, turn into a running back, and get a few extra yards. It says he got 6 yards after the catch on this play. So that's pretty cool. Let's just watch this play again. It's something that seems routine, but again, he's not fooled by them trying to show pressure. He's not rushed into a throw or anything. He's able to sit, calmly make a read, and deliver a strike. We keep moving the ball. Good things on this play. So we'll keep it moving. Here's another play I really like. This was another big boy throw by Jimmy Garoppolo, one that probably many of us remember from the game. It was when he took a big hit, got sandwiched. So let's watch this play and talk about it a little bit. So in this play, what Pittsburgh's going to do is that again, we showed in the last one how they were hiding or trying to make it look like they were bringing pressure and dropped into coverage. This time they're going to try and make it look like they're dropping into coverage, and they're going to bring pressure. They're going to come with a fire zone blitz again. So remember, that's 3 deep, 3 underneath. And we're just going to run a couple different concepts here. So on the first play, we're going to run what's called an Ohio concept. And what an Ohio concept is, you have, if I can get this to go red, sorry about that. An Ohio concept has a vertical on the outside, and then it has a quick out from the inside. And then we're going to run, with that, we're going to combine an in from Kittle to create what we would call a trail concept. And then with our running back and receiver on this side, we're going to run what's called a China concept. China concept has a short in or medium in and an out route. And so here, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to identify where the pressure is coming from, hold in just long enough, and make a good read on the Ohio. The Ohio is meant you have a protection release fade from the outside receiver, so he's going to look to attack the outside shoulder of the corner to turn him and drive him off so that he can't drive on the speed out, and then isolate the receiver with outside leverage on an inside defender. So let's watch this play. So here at the snap, you see they bring pressure off the edge again. They disguise this blitz pretty well, so they end up with a free rusher coming off the edge, and Jimmy Garoppolo is going to drop back. Goodwin does a good job. Again, remember I said protection release fade, so he is going to attack the outside shoulder of the corner. That sets up Goodwin one-on-one with a receiver, or excuse me, Pettis one-on-one with a receiver right here. And Jimmy Garoppolo gives him just enough time, and fires the ball out when he beats his man, who's then able to get a few yards after the catch to set us up 1st and goal, which we end up scoring a touchdown on the very next play, 4-yard run. So again, this was a big boy throw, one of those that you don't like seeing your quarterback have to do where it's happening, but again, the defense is doing everything right on this play. They scheme and disguise a pass rush where they have a free runner at the quarterback, yet they still can't get home in time because Jimmy's just got that quick of a release, and he's that quick on his reads. Again, we're loving what Jimmy Garoppolo does here. So we'll keep it moving. Very last play we'll show, looking at the passing game. This was a big chunk play we got to Marquis Goodwin. It's good to see the guy get some action in the game. This play, if you remember my first video, this is just another way to do a similar thing. What we have is basically a deep flood concept here. All we're going to do is we're going to take a receiver and run him deep, clear out this side of the field. Here, Pittsburgh shows cover. They come out in cover 3. So you've seen with these videos that they ran a lot of different coverages at Jimmy, and none of them really worked. So we're going to run a deep vertical, and then we're going to run this on an in-out. So Goodwin's going to come up, chop in, and then cut out to the field. And then we're just going to run, I believe it's going to be use check. He's going to run out into the flat from across the formation. So this is just a long developing flood concept off play action. So I like the play design here by Kyle Shanahan. All the action is going to end up creating space here, and it's going to be kind of like a misdirection play. It's going to get him thinking one play, and we're going to come back with another. So here you see the run action brings up all the underneath defenders. The vertical route carries everything deep. Goodwin looked like he was coming across the field, and then he's going to come back. And now we have our running back, actually, sorry, I said it was use check, but the running back's going to sneak out into the flat, holds up the underneath defenders on the outside. So now you just got Goodwin coming back across the field. Jimmy lets the play develop long enough to where he can just drop the ball right in the bucket and get an easy 25-yard gain. Well, thanks for watching the video, checking out the series. We're going to continue on probably tomorrow, looking a little bit at the defense and how we were able to hold Pittsburgh to very little production on defense. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, I'd really appreciate it. And again, you can always interact with me in the comments at 49erswebzone.com, in the fan forum, or on Reddit. So again, go Niners!